Yeah, yeah. I have a kitty in my lap. It's not a little kitty anymore. He suddenly has grown up. What are you doing? He has my arm pinned, and I figured I would do a video. And yeah, yeah. Ugh, I was outside yesterday and I did that tour, but I also went ahead and started laying the brick. So I got the rest of that concrete out, and I laid the line, the string line, and then cut, and then fitted the bricks, and I did all the way down one side and then in the front. And now I'm ready to go that way. Finish it up. It looks very nice. But today, I have to go to the doctor. I realized something. Because I'm not. I mean, I have medical background as far as being a nurse's aide for 3 years, and then being working with the insurance company. So the terminology, and then of course working with going to college and getting a degree with medical emphasis, and taking a transcription. So I did that for 2 years. So, anyways, I mean 4 years. I took 2 years of school and then 2 years of work before I stopped doing that. So you'd think I would know a lot, but that's not the same as experiencing it. So obviously, I have a compromised immune system. You, you can tell from my whole condition, you know. And my ears became itchy about 2, 3 days ago. It's like the edge of my ears felt like I got sunburned, like maybe I was wearing my baseball cap and the sun was too strong and it burned the top of my ears. So the top of my ears burned like a sunburn. And I was complaining about it, and Jeff looked at my ears and he said they do look a little red, but I think it's because I was playing with them. But now it's gotten to the point where they're just needles and it's like numb but sore and itchy, and I keep pulling on my earlobes. You know. And I realized I can hear a drum beat. I can hear drums, and it's my heart. I can hear my heart, and it's constant. And it even will drum through the tinnitus. So it's like a tinnitus with the drum. And that's why yesterday I was uh, feeling all kind of weird, stoned. It wasn't. It was more like being uh, dizzy, dizzy. So and the cars that were driving by, they sounded so strange. So boom, 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 just like my heart, and it is my heart. As far as my ears, see how itchy they are. I keep playing with my ears. So I have an infection. That's what it is. I have an ear infection, and it's probably in the throat, and I have a runny nose. So I probably have a cold. Yeah, common cold or something like that. But I have an ear infection, and it's, I mean, it's not blocked or anything. And it's not giving me any trouble. It's just everything's itchy. So I looked it up, finally, because I was complaining and it was driving me crazy as to figure it out. I thought maybe it was an allergy. So what have I taken new? What's new in my diet? Well, um, I had bananas, and I haven't had bananas in a while. And then I had THC drink um, called Sinful, and I had two of those, and that all started. And so I was thinking allergy, that I'm having an allergic reaction or something, but it's not true. It's just that I have no immunity, so I can have a cold without showing signs of a cold that I understand. So I have an infection in my ears, so I have to go to the doctor. I'm gonna have to do a walk-in. So just walk in to see anybody that's available. It takes up time because they're so far away. They're up next to the hospital. So I guess Jeff can either drop me off in the morning. I'll give him a choice. He can drop me off in the morning, and I'll just go and call him when I'm ready, and he can take me back home. Or it can be afternoon. His choice. It's Tuesday. Yeah, I figured out the date that we're still in April. As much as I want the five to come forward, the rule breaker. So death and freedom. That's what that's what the five represents. It can represent change, and I consider it the traveler's number. The traveler's number, and it is it's the measurement of stopping something, so that you can gain freedom from whatever it is. And so I need to stop this ear infection right away. I don't have any other signs anywhere else that I'm aware of. Now, I haven't been taking my temperature, but I haven't felt flush. That's one of the things that they wanted me to do in the beginning, and Jeff bought a brand new thermometer, and the highest I can come up with is like a 92 or 93, something 94, something absurd. Even down to 90. It's like that's not right. Made no sense. So, anyways, I'd rather be in the garden, rather finish the brickwork and get that going because the squash are going to get big, and I want to provide them a nice space. And I got to move all the mulch in, and I'm going to raise the level, even if I have to put new dirt in there. See, even my face looks at you, that's suspect. Suspect. Everything's suspect. I guess I have to watch for a rash, but if my body is not responding properly, it's just a subtleness of, pins and needles. I don't know how it flows through the body. You want to be careful with that. So I'm not going to wear a mask. I don't think so. I, I do a mouthwash every day. So I'm not kissing anybody. No, not doing any of that. Don't have mono. I'm not drinking out of the water fountain. So I don't see why wear a mask this morning. I can't breathe properly when I have a mask on. Yeah, it's better to just let my lungs take it. Just stay out of the dust, the wind, pollen, you know. And plus, I'm working all the dirt, you know, because that's crushing a lot of dirt. I break it in, I shovel it in big pieces, clay just breaks into a big piece. I lay it over. I shovel and a great big piece lay over. I should show it sometimes because it's clay. It's just like cutting into clay. And then I take a mallet or a hammer. And yesterday I had, or the day before yesterday, was it yesterday? The day before yesterday, yeah, yeah, I had a hatchet and I would just slam the side of the hatchet just to pound it. And then if it was too troublesome, then I would turn the hatchet on and, you know, it's a dull hatchet, but to break up the clay. And then to crush it, crush it, crush it, crush it. And even those smaller pieces that are like this, if you hit it, then it breaks to smaller pieces like that. And you hit it, it breaks to smaller until it becomes very fine. That's how it works. And I was watching some art videos, or you know, I always do, but in the UK where they have allotments, I saw this one allotment. I realized how boggy that's why they have to do the raised beds, is because the ground is so boggy, and that would be a difficult environment to grow in because when you cut it, you try to dig in it, it would, it, it would be so sticky until you amended it properly. And it would take a lot of sand and a lot of humus to keep things going, you know, to loosen it all up. I don't know how they do it. Maybe they put lime in there that breaks it up. I don't know. I don't know any of those techniques at all. I've lived in the desert southwest for so long that I've forgotten, or not forgotten, but not, I guess forgotten because I remember the forests of Germany and I remember the forests of New England, smell the leaves in the different seasons because we would go through as the years pass. I just scratch myself. Oh, the bump. I'm bad about that. If I get a bump, it's like scratch the bump off. Look, there's a bump on my nose. It's a bump. So I do have facial hair. I'm surprised, and it's very light. You know, like kind of like how my hair is very light. It's almost like glass. It doesn't have any color. It's not white. It's clear. And the same with you. And it feels baby soft. My whole face feels baby soft because of all the rest of that beard that used to grow fell out. It's all gone. And now it's just skin, it's the pores. I've never felt it like this since a teenager. It's weird. You know, it's weird to feel my face so soft. You know, there's no, even what little stubble comes out, the hairs that are there are just like the glass that's on my head, and they're so soft I can hardly feel them. I can see them, but I can't hardly feel them. So I'm going to shave today before I go to the doctor, so I don't look like I'm a crazy man. I mean, I look weird as it is to myself. I do, and I'm adjusting to that fact. You know, like the neighbors saw me yesterday, they waved, so they recognize who I am. It must look the same, I imagine. I think I'm gonna wear it today. My clothes are so dirty. I haven't washed clothes. I've just been letting the bin take them up. And I go through pants in the dirt outside so fast that they turn muddy. I guess I could probably start at 6:26 before he leaves. Or I could do an afternoon visit. I just want to get it taken care of. Some antibiotic or something that they're going to give me and knock it out. Yes, it's very annoying. It's like little pins and needles on my ears that kind of hurt and burn, but then just rub it and it just kind of feels like, hey, you want to scratch. You know, like a dog, like the dog ears. Yeah, yeah, see, and I would be susceptible to anything that anyone has. So if the dogs or the cat is suffering from something, I'll probably likely suffer from it too without realizing it. Yeah, you should be careful. But God only knows what I'm turning up in the soil. some old ancient virus. Because you know the bones have come up, the fossilized stuff have come up in my yard. That's for certain. It's very interesting. Oh, oh, I should go get it. Where is it? It's in the kitchen. I guess I could pause it. Hold on. Something that came up out of the soil. Hold on. Sorry. It took me a little while to come back. I couldn't find it. It was a little stone that I'd put on the windowsill. Finally, after doing dishes and other things, I finally found it. So there's this little stone, and you can see that it's kind of quite shiny, and it's round, and it's got little dimples in it. Like there's a little dimple where it got kind of pushed down across. But anyways, this little rock, and it has a sound, like like a rock, but it's not doesn't weigh anything. It doesn't have any weight. And the thing is it doesn't have it's not able to sit like if you try to stand it up, it's like heavier on one side than it is on the other, and it's the strangest little rock. So it's hollow inside. It's got to be hollow. Can't hear anything, but it looks like a turd. It looks like a turd. I have no idea what it is, but it doesn't weigh a thing. You see, it's just a rock or something, but it's not a cocoon. It's not a shell that I can tell. Like a little meteor, but meteors weigh a ton. It's just the strangest rock. So if you're into rocks, maybe you can identify this prehistoric turd. It doesn't weigh anything, and it has a sort of wobble to it because when you hold it, it kind of it's heavier on one side than it is on the other. So it kind of weeble wobbles, if you know what I mean. Look how wrinkled I am now. See, you can't see my beard, but I do have a little stubble, just very soft. It's so strange. You see, my teeth are finally lightening up. They had got stained from something that they gave me at the hospital. Stained my teeth brown because the doctor has seen me, and then he saw me later, and he saw that my teeth were getting stained. And I mentioned that. I don't know if you can hear that. That's the rock. And then what happens is you try to put it on one side, and it rolls back over to the other side. So strange. It's the strangest little rock. Doesn't weigh anything. You can hardly feel it. It's gonna have. You think a little hat. Hey, it's a raisin. It's like a prehistoric raisin. Maybe it's the first raisin ever. I don't know. It's so strange. What is it? Because it does have the end on there like a little nib. See that hole? Almost like maybe it was a fruit. It's a fruit that turned petrified fruit. This is a petrified fruit. Huh? What kind of fruit is it? It's not round. It's, oh, so there's a seed in there, maybe. If that's a petrified fruit. Yeah, maybe that's all. It's jumped out of my hand. It's so light. It's because it's got that dimple in the hand. See, right there. Bizarro. It's too bizarro. Hmm. So Jeff's up, and I have to talk to him about my infection. Yeah, I have an ear infection or some kind of infection going on, which explains why I can't taste things properly. Yeah, so we're gonna have to address that right away, because otherwise it can cause serious problems, I imagine. So let me let you go. I just wanted to share that. Oh, there's another thing I was going to share is my amaryllis. I didn't get to show you that when I was in the garden, so I'm going to clip that to the end of this. Okay, take care. And what is today? The 30th. 30th, so the 4, the door, on time. So it's the creates the investment. So it's the movement on time, standing up. It's time to stand up on time, creating the investment, which is the 3 by way of the 12, because it creates a 12. And that 3 upon the 3, the 33, snafu. 33 degrees, snafu. And anyways, it's also the number 6, but it's a mastery, so it's the 3, the mastery of the altar. It's the 33 is precarious when you look at it because it's like butt cheek to cheek, sort of thing, a little close buddy action, which is I say that no one has achieved the 33 degree. So they say it's very Christ-like. The 33 was a double altar. It's 2 altars. It's 3, the altar of the past, present, and future, doubled. So it's a double portion. It's a double life. It's a man as it is a 6. So it's movement forward. Yeah, movement forward. So the investment was to bring forward movement by way of a door to time, door of time. Yeah, that knocking upon time. So, anyways, and then tomorrow, finally, the hand, the 5, and the 5 is freedom, and it's also the traveler's number. It's change. So there's change on the day or on time. So it's change of time, but it's the freedom upon time, the hand. So it's a hand upon time, the 5, and that creates a 13, which is 4. So now we have the door coming out of the investment. Now the door is opening. The door is there. The door is presented upon the day. So the door and the 1 create the 5. So there's the hand. So tomorrow there's a helping hand, or there's a hand out or a hand in. It's time to hand it in. Yeah, the 5. The 5 to make the 5. 2 hands. It's actually 2 hands if you look at it. And it's placing time and, well, it's placing time upon the combination of it. Yeah, it is. And which is because it takes time to make it. It's time for the hand to present itself. So it's an interesting concept. I mean, considering all the wickedness that's going on out there. Yeah. So, anyways, let me stop. I'll show you my amaryllis. It's not fully open, but I'll show it to you again when it does open. Okay, take care. Bye. Okay, there he is right here. He hasn't opened all the way. And who are you? That's Oli. But it's got 2 blooms and then it's got 2 sets to come up like little horns. So eventually, I guess the end of the day, it's going to open up fully. The sun is just starting to shine on it. Apple blossom. How nice. It's a pretty morning. I like the way the sun streaks through. I guess I can show my my work that I did yesterday. So I got to go to the doctor's office. Jeff's going to take me. But you can see it's a nice lineup. So it goes all the way down. And then, of course, we got the concrete out. And now we'll cut the ground. You can see the string. Can you see
see the string? Yeah, there's a string. It goes all the way down. And the string's down, so we'll get it straight. And I measured it, so. Yeah, then we can start filling more soil and more mulch up, and we'll have a really nice grow bed. And it'll be much nicer than that concrete looking stuff. That looks all old and broken and very barrio, you know? This ain't the barrio. This is pretty. Plus, all of these bricks have just been stacked up for so long. They used to line the yard where she had turned it into gravelscape. And you know, it took me 2 years to get rid of the gravel from this backyard. And there's still some here. I mean, there's remnant left. But all the plastic, I had to pull up all the plastic. It came out all the way right up to here. Right up to here, you can see that there's kind of a dip, but there's a line right here. And all of this from here to here was nothing but at least 6 to 8 inches worth of gravel. They had it so filled up, they filled it up so it can come up to the top of that wellhead. But this is the remnant of the size gravel that they had in my yard. This big stuff. Isn't that terrible? I mean, that's big boulder stuff. It drives me nuts. I need to clean it all up. But it's gone. I took it through that gate and took it to that apartment and dumped it all around it, and we rockscaped that entire apartment. It took 2 years. So anyways, have a great day. I'm going to go to the doctor's. I'll feel better. It makes more sense now as to why my sense of taste is askew. And it has to do with this stupid infection. It's been going on for a lot longer than I think. How pretty. I love the pretties. I haven't checked my seedlings. And one came up pretty good. I wonder what he is. He looks odd. Don't know. This beam's having trouble pushing up. But that's okay. Who else? Nobody else is showing up. How interesting. Yeah, but the cosmos sprouted. See, I put cosmos all in here. And then around the center, around the edge, is the cucumbers. So, you know, I finally cleaned that smudge that was on the screen. I finally figured out what it was. It was a hard crusty or something. Who knows? Oh, what a nice morning. Okay, I'll let you go now. I'm going to enjoy. Bye. Say bye, Oli.